Oh hey, I'm Peter Weller, and you and I are going on a magnificent journey through the Persian Wars. Gotcha. The first piece to the Persian War puzzle is the Ionian Revolt.
The Ionian Revolt started in 545 BC. Ionia revolted against the Persians after they were annexed under Cyrus the Great. They were unhappy with the new rulers. In 499 BC, Aristogoras encouraged citizens to revolt against Persia. Ionia asked for Sparta's help, but they failed to come. Luckily, Athens and Eretria sent help for Ionia.
5 years later.
In the end, Ionia was no match for the great Persian army. Darius, the king of Persia, was not happy that Athens helped Ionia and made it his goal in life to defeat Athens.
Darius had a servant remind him every day at dinner to remember the Athenians. Bon appetit!
In 490 BC, Darius, the king of Persia, sent out a fleet of 600 ships with 30,000 men. The invasion force was led by Datis. The battle was fought on the beaches of Marathon. While Datis unloaded his ships and assembled his men, the Greek army was gathering in the mountains overlooking Marathon. The Athenian army was made up of many local tribes loyal to Athens, 10,000 men in total. When the two armies met on the beaches of Marathon, Athens stalled for many days awaiting Sparta's arrival, which never came due to a religious festival. Although the Athenians were outnumbered, they used a smart battle strategy to help them win the war. They weakened their front lines and attacked from the sides. After the Athenians won, they sent the runner Phidippides from Marathon to Athens, 26 miles, to deliver the message of a victory over the Persian army.
Nike.
And thus began the Marathon.
When Darius died, his son Xerxes took over the Persian army, leading them into the most important battle of the Persian Wars, the Battle of Thermopylae.
In 480 BC, Xerxes sent out his huge army and navy to conquer all of Greece, but most importantly, Athens. Xerxes had to cross a mile-long body of water called the Hellespont to get to Thermopylae. To do so, he tied boats together to get across the water. The Persians sent their navy to meet in Thermopylae. Awaiting at the Artemisium Strait was Themistocles and the Greek army. They were able to stop the Persian navy from meeting up in Thermopylae. King Leonidas of Sparta led the Greek army to Thermopylae to await the Persians. Even though the Greeks were outnumbered 7,000 to 150,000, they were able to block the only road in which the Persians could get to Athens for 2 days. second day of battle, Xerxes sent his best men, the 10,000 immortals, to attack. But once again, the Persians were not used to fighting in narrow passages and ended up retreating. On the night of the second day of battle, a local resident named Ephialtes betrayed the Greeks and alerted the Persians of a small path that led behind the Greek lines. Xerxes sent whoever was left from the 10,000 mortals to flank the Greeks. However, Leonidas became aware of the Persians' plan to flank and sent Phocians to stop the immortals, but the Phocians became scared and left to protect their homeland. King Leonidas dismissed the rest of the Greek army except 300 Spartans and 1,000 Thespians. In this last stand of the battle, the Greeks killed many Persians, including 2 of Xerxes' brothers. In the end, all of the Greeks were slaughtered. Themistocles took all the people of Athens to the island of Salamis. When Xerxes reached Athens, he burnt it to the ground.
The last main battle of the Persian Wars was the Battle of Salamis. The Greeks used small, nimble boats like this one, while the Persians used big boats that were hard to maneuver.
The Battle of Salamis started in 480 BC. As you can see, the Greek boats were nimble and quick, opposed to the large Persian boats. Themistocles sent a messenger to tell Xerxes that the Greek city-states have left Athens, and he should attack now if he wants to win. The Persians sent a fleet out through the Salamis Strait to attack Athens, and there waiting were the Greek boats. The Salamis Strait is very narrow, giving the small Greek boats an advantage. And now the Battle of Salamis begins. The Greeks won the battle and ended up destroying a third of the Persian navy.
The Persian War unified the Greek city-states, which led to the Delian League. Also, the Athenian Golden Age started, and democracy and Hellenistic culture was spread. Finally, Sparta's hatred for Athens began, which eventually led to the Peloponnesian War. I'm Peter Weller, and thank you for watching the Persian Wars.
Sunshine like I'll be there. I know you feel me. When the good times are bad, I'll be there. Sunshine or rain, I'll be there. That's how it's always gonna be. That's how it's always gonna be. Hey, hey. See, I was 6 years old with a dream when my mom told me I could do anything. Said she'd be there for